Fear of failure. This is something that everyone who goes outside of their comfort zone feels at one point or another. As an athlete, it is a feeling that can keep you from giving it your all, nervous and tight during the big moments, and stop some people from even trying for fear of failing. I'm going to cover a couple reasons why you might be feeling that fear and what you can do to combat it. The first step is to try and understand fear. Your fear is built into your DNA from the early days of the caveman. They had to develop the fear of threats in order to survive the dangers of their time. One of those fears was that of being rejected from the group, because if they were, their chance of survival would drop drastically. Fast forward to today, we still have those same fears of danger in our DNA, but not the same level of dangers in our everyday life. Therefore, you are not strange if you have the fear of speaking in front of others or the fear of letting others down. That is completely normal. Now that you understand that this fear is normal, you want to figure out where your fear of failure is coming from. What is holding you back from reaching your full potential? Oftentimes, it is the fear of letting someone down or wanting their acceptance, such as your coach, teammates, family members, fans, or even yourself. Yes, you can have a fear of letting yourself down too. This actually comes from that fear of wanting to be part of the tribe. Another fear that many athletes have is the fear of getting out of their comfort zone. This is because whatever it is not in their comfort zone, and therefore it is in the unknown. They don't know what to expect physically, mentally, or emotionally. What happens if they get out of their comfort zone and don't like it, or things go wrong? Again, this is a normal fear to have, but still a fear that is holding you back from reaching your full potential. So the question then becomes, how do we start to eliminate those fears? One thing you need to realize is that often these fears come from you focusing too much on the outcomes and the consequences. This is called the what ifs. What if fill in the blank happens? What if I don't win? What if I miss this shot? You are worrying about what will happen in the future, which is something you can't control. Do your best to focus on the moment at hand and the things you can control. If you're focusing on the moment, then you are not focusing on the future, therefore eliminating the what ifs that could be floating around in your mind. One way to work on getting past your fears of letting others down is to write out what the worst thing is that could happen if you don't win or if you do miss the shot, and then learn to be okay with it. Most likely you will realize that it's not as bad as you were projecting in your mind. By writing it down, you can see what those worst case scenarios are and then begin to work past them in your mind and start to see the positive light and the positive outcomes that are possible. I understand that these are not easy things to do in the moment, so it is best to practice these types of mindset when everything is going well or before you find yourself in competition. Just like any other skill, it takes practice. It will be difficult to pull off if you only practice it during these tense moments. Find time when you're alone to work on strengthening your mindset for when you truly need it to get past your fears. If you would like to learn more about working through your fears and anxiety and strengthening your mindset, you can like Inner Rival on Facebook, subscribe to this YouTube channel, or if you would like to work with Jeff directly, you can find him at www.inner-rival.com. Now let's get started defeating your inner rival.